Good morning, Sapulpa. It's Mike here from Sapulpa Times,
And Lucy with the city of Sapulpa.
and it's a wet Monday morning,
It is.
and it looks like it's going to be that way for a while.
I'm not gonna say I'm mad about it though.
Me neither, honestly. And we do have some weather stuff to talk about a little bit later. But first, pretty excited. I feel like school has officially started now. I mean, we had the first couple days last week, and this is the first full week of school. So now I feel like this is where the routine starts for a lot of people.
Okay.
You should have your school supplies by now.
hmm
Um, if you're switching classes, they ought to be used to that. Figure out where to park, all that good stuff.
Yeah. They should have their classwork should start today.
Yes.
So like homework.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So this is old news for you. You're like halfway through the 9 weeks already.
I know. It's already almost over. We've already got like lunch balances
Oh,
and
you have?
homework every day.
Have well, I mean, how's Hudson doing though? Is he enjoying school? Has he made it there without tearing up? Not
No.
yet. Not
No, we
not
had
yet.
some more tears this morning.
Okay.
So he's doing good. Once he gets through the door and everything, he has a great day. He's getting a little bit more adventurous, so he's not taking his lunch every day, which, I mean, he took a PB&J for 2 years in his lunch
Oh,
every single
really?
day.
Okay, so what is Hudson trying for lunch today for the first time?
Well, he's not trying lunch today.
Is he just not going to have lunch?
No, he took his lunch today, but I'm
Oh,
saying like he's not trying the hot lunch for today. He took his lunch, but
but he is going to do that? Is that what you're saying? Or am I misunderstanding what you're saying? It sounded like you were saying he is not going to be taking his lunch every day.
right. So as he's looking at the lunch menu, he's like, "Oh, I'll try that. Oh,
Okay.
I'll try that." But before, he wouldn't try anything.
Okay, so what is he going to try?
Well, he did try last Monday the meat and cheese nachos.
And how was that?
Loved them.
Okay. Meat
And
and cheese nachos are
then
good.
he tried the chicken nuggets. He was not a fan. He doesn't want to
What?
eat those again.
Is it because they're not dinosaur shaped?
No, because he said they weren't crispy.
I,
I air
I
fry
get
mine.
that.
Yeah, I air fry mine
Uh-huh.
and
Yeah.
they get real crispy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see where we're at.
Yeah. I don't blame him. The school chicken nuggets are never as good as mom chicken nuggets,
No.
that's for sure. So, and then right before we got started, you were telling me, so he just celebrated his sixth birthday on Friday,
hmm
right? And then had another great adventure happen over the weekend. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Yes. So actually, last night he discovered that he had a loose tooth.
And you
It's
said this is his first
his
one.
first one.
Yeah. I seem to remember my kids losing their teeth a little bit, like more when they were like 5. I mean, not all at once, but
Yeah. So
so this is
it's
his first one.
his first one, but I will say his teeth are all the exact same size
Okay.
and there's no gaps, nothing. They're like perfectly in there. So there's a part of me that wonders if his mouth is a little crowded and that's why they haven't started to get loose.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so we have our first loose tooth and
Yeah, he really does have good set of teeth
he
for
does.
not a baby anymore because
I
you
know.
need 2 hands to say how old he
That's what he
is.
told me. I'm a big kid now,
Yeah,
Mom. I'm 6. I was just
that's the
like,
truth. Yeah, I know.
it's terrible.
Yeah. Hey, wait till he I don't know, wait till he starts driving or something. I have yet to actually experience that, but
Yeah.
you're gonna have a lot of moments like that, I'm sure. Um, and speaking of that, we never really covered it. Did you cry when you dropped him off for kindergarten?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh
And you're
yeah.
like, yeah, of course
I
I did. Reason
yeah.
I am.
I cried
A
on
robot?
first grade. I cried.
Okay. Oh, it's first grade. Yeah. Now he's in first grade.
Yeah.
That's right. I keep forgetting how old this kid is. Uh,
Well, I will say he just turned 6 and most of his classmates are turning 7.
okay, so maybe that's where
Yeah.
the
I
mix up.
mean,
But
the 6-year-olds are in kindergarten.
okay,
So he is a
so
little
I mean, he's smarter than the average bear, and I mean, he's like leveling up on all this stuff. We talked about how he's kind of higher than normal for his age in baseball and everything else too.
yeah,
So, you guys doing the tooth fairy at your house or no?
absolutely.
Okay, what's
Yeah.
your routine? Well, I guess this is your first one,
The first
so
one, so I don't know.
you don't have a routine yet.
We'll
Have
see
you
what
thought about it? Have
happens.
you talked with his dad or anything about how you're going to handle this?
We
Or
haven't really talked about it yet, which I'm kind of nervous about because I'm like, what if we have different plans?
yeah, yeah.
He's like $10 a tooth and I'm like $2 a tooth, I don't know.
Well, hey, if you want to pay $10, but that's fine.
Yeah.
But we did have to. I was just telling you that we had to dispel the idea with our kids when they started losing their teeth. Your first tooth is decidedly more expensive than the rest of your teeth. I mean,
Okay.
your first tooth is like $5 or something, and then like the rest of them are $1, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know that I didn't get a ton of money from my teeth.
No, I just got a gold dollar.
Okay, you got a gold dollar?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So you got like pirate money or something.
Hmm.
That's awesome. I don't think I got that. I don't remember
Yeah.
exactly.
We'll see.
So,
We'll see how it works out.
okay. And you're gonna hang on to his tooth, right? You said the
Yeah.
first one.
The
Yeah.
first one.
I think we did that. Um, I know some people who like hang on to every tooth, and that's creepy. They
It's a
like
little creepy.
they'll even if you want to go real weird. And I saw this at a dentist office, and I can't remember who it is, so I'm not gonna like make you
Hmm.
look bad. But she had like I don't know, she had like kept all the teeth that she had ever pulled from a patient or something, and like made a set of dentures as a paperweight that she had on her desk, and it looked creepy, y'all. It was like you could see the roots and everything. It was the stuff of nightmares as well.
That's disgusting.
That's what I thought. And it was clean. I mean, it wasn't like, but it was just
No,
like the
that's
sight
somebody's
of
teeth.
these. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
And it wasn't like they were full of cavities or anything either. They were fine. It was like a Tim Burton kind of thing. It was messed up. So anyway, went off on kind of a weird tangent there, but yeah, lots of new experiences this weekend. That's fun.
Hmm.
We've got more new experiences for myself that I'm going to talk about a little bit later. But first, let's go kick it back over to the weather. We've got some weather updates for you that you'll see. This is actually live um, items being issued from the National Weather Service in our area, so you guys can keep an eye on that as you want to. Looks like it's going to rain pretty much every day this week,
Yeah.
and you're not too sad about that.
I'm not too sad about it. It's been really hot and dry.
Hmm.
And so I don't know. I'm hoping this cold front will kind of push in and at least just like in the 80s. Like,
Well, today I don't think it's going to get above 69.
I know, which I'm excited about, but I'm saying like on the weekends when you're outside playing and stuff, like I'd be fine in the 80s.
Yeah, I think we will hit the 80s by this weekend, and then into next week, I think like 84. I
Okay.
mean, that's pretty good weather right
Yeah.
there. The biggest problem I'm having is we're supposed to start baseball practices this week,
Mm,
and it's like a repeat of the spring season. I mean, we had so many of our practices that got rained out. And then here we go. We've had like 100 days of no rain or something. And now,
and now it's time. Yeah, we've had quite a few practices already, actually.
yeah, we were waiting on the weather to break, actually. I didn't want to have my kids out there in 100-degree heat.
Yeah,
But, and I know you've had to deal with
it's
that.
terrible.
Yeah. So that's kind of the situation we're in right now. But, anyway, I don't know if some of the folks that I talked to they've not only been looking forward to the rain, but like Sarah over at CTX, she loves rainy days, she says.
Hmm.
So I'm not, I don't mind the rain too much as long as there's not too much of it.
Right.
But I'm not like someone who just loves the rain like some people do.
Yeah, if I don't have to work, like if it's a weekend and it's raining,
Hmm.
I do love a good rainy day.
Me too. And I do have like a ritual. I'll sit out on my porch and read
Yeah.
while the rain's going on.
Or like I will open all the windows.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
that. The smell that rain brings is
Mhm.
good. The only downside is like this time of year when it's summertime, or right at the end of it, like there's a lot of dust in the air, and especially down here with the construction, they'll pull all that dust out of the air, and your car will be filthy by the time it quits raining.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Yeah.
we're going to get enough rain this week. I think actually that won't be the case. It'll probably
Okay.
wash off.
Perfect.
We'll find out. We'll see. Okay, let's talk about some fun stuff that happened over the weekend. I'm pretty excited. I had a couple of cool things. The first one will be the one that happened yesterday. So I went to another coffee shop that shall not be named to get coffee because it was the only one open on Sunday.
Yeah, that's okay.
And I'll let you guys decide which one that was.
Mhm.
And just
It was
perfect
Starbucks.
timing. It's just, um, yes, it was. And good timing though, because I pulled in there just in time to see the police taking a guy down.
Yeah.
And actually, I showed up to watch this whole thing happen. So, and I mentioned this on the Facebook page yesterday. We had a lot of you guys respond, but I'll just kind of give you a rundown of what happened. So, I pulled in there, and there are several police cars that are parked in the parking lot, and it's obvious that they're starting to talk to a guy who is in a white truck of some kind, and he gets out of the truck. And first of all, guys, if you've never been around cops or ever been pulled over, don't get out of your car unless they tell you to get out of your car, and because that's a good way to get yourself in this situation, which is what happened. And I talked with the police afterward. They said, when you get out of the car, as soon as they start putting distance between themselves and their car, it is kind of a red flag that they don't want you to see whatever's in the car. But they know that. So it's like all you're doing is like pointing a big neon finger at it saying, go look at what's in my truck right now.
Yeah.
And so they they said the guy was harassing people at Starbucks. Like I think coming up to him in the parking lot was acting really odd. They thought he might be on something, and so the police were called. And good on the Starbucks team for doing that. By the way, they recognized that and called the police, and were keeping their patrons safe. So pleased to see that. But anyway, the police show up. They start talking to the guy. He gets out of the car. Doesn't listen at first. Now they didn't have to tase him, I don't think, but they were able to get cuffs on him, and they're standing there with him, and there's like 5 or 6 cops, and they start to check in on what's in his truck, and they find burglary tools. Like stuff that you would use to open a door or something like that, and then they start asking him questions about it. And it's what's funny to me is how dumb criminals can be sometimes. The guy is in handcuffs. We're next to the turnpike. Okay, he's not getting away. There's like an open field back there,
Right.
and then you got the turnpike and you got Quick Trip on the other side and the highway. I mean, he's not going anywhere. But despite the fact that he is in handcuffs, he tried to break free and take off, and like every cop in the area just like right on top of him, and they bring him down. It was pretty cool to see. I didn't get it recorded. Kind of wishing that I would have now at this point. But I was sitting there watching this whole thing, and was not taking pictures. I'm like, I'm just going to let them do their job, and then I'll talk to them after he gets put in the squad car. And I didn't know what was going to happen. It was all unfolding in real
Right there.
time. So
Yeah.
it's pretty cool. But yeah, they got him in there, and I did not get the guy's name until this morning. I looked up the arrest record. His name is Hilario Medina out of Oklahoma City, and he has got some warrants out there, which that would explain why he tried to break and run. And the funny thing is, he had a catalytic converter in the bed of his truck, and they thought that maybe that's what he was doing, if he was stealing people's catalytic converters. But now they think that it belonged to him. It was part of his own truck, and he had I don't know if he had cut it or was going to reattach it or something. But anyway, he's in jail and on hold until he gets extradited out to Oklahoma City, where he will answer for those warrants. So, anyway, fun to see, fun to watch. I got to talk. They had a ride along too from
Oh,
Louisville
nice.
there that day too. His name's Cash. I didn't get his last name, but he is at the criminal justice program at Central Tech,
Okay.
and so this is like his third ride along. And he said it was one of the more exciting ones, and he was just standing back there the whole time watching, and he, probably like I was, we were both pretty psyched to see what happened. So it was pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, it worked out about as well as you could hope. Nobody was injured. Um, put a bad guy away, and still got my coffee. So it was pretty good. It's a
That's
good day.
awesome.
So good times. So thank you, SPD, for doing a good job out there. And that's the story behind the arrest. And we've got the post on Facebook if you want to go read more about the details of that. But that's pretty much the gist of it. The other thing that happened over the weekend that I'm pretty excited about is I've discovered that if you hang around a movie set long enough, they just kind of ask you if you want to be in it. And that's pretty much what happened. So this movie that's been shooting in Sapulpa, I've done several stories on it. I've got another one coming out. And then last time I was there to interview the director, he asked me if I wanted to be an extra on the movie. And so, of course, I said yes. And it was supposed to be myself, and I hope he doesn't mind me telling, but Michael Jones from Gasoline Alley was going to be in there with me, and he and I were going to be undercover cops. And which I know all of you guys, I mean, don't I look like I should be an undercover cop? That's the natural
Okay.
role for me, I think. Okay, yeah, keep dreaming. But no, that's what they asked, and it was fun. And I sent you a picture,
Yeah.
a couple of them, right? And it was a lot of fun. I don't now. Here's the thing: it's a very small part. Um, Lucy, I have one line. In fact, I had one word that I was supposed to say, and I screwed it up.
Oh no.
But we did multiple takes.
Okay.
But so the director comes in there and he goes, "Okay, you're gonna wait until you hear the guy in the next room say, 'Help! They're gonna kill us!' And then you're gonna run in here and you're gonna point your gun at him and you're gonna say, 'Freeze!'" And I don't know what I was thinking. I thought, I said what I felt like my character would say, because I've spent so much time just digging into the mind and trying to embody this character. And the first thing I said was not freeze, it was stop right there. So that'll probably be the first and only movie that I'm ever a part of because I didn't even get my one word line right. But we did it a few more times and I said it right, and maybe
Oh,
they'll
okay.
use one of those. Or
Yeah.
maybe they won't use it at all. Maybe they'll cut it entirely because they're like, that guy's a total noob.
Yeah.
We're not going to put him in the movie.
That's awesome.
So, wasn't it great? You have one job, Micah.
Yeah.
Not even one line. You had one word that you needed to say.
And you made it a line.
I made it a whole line, yeah.
That reminds me, I did some shooting for downtown and the construction and some of the other projects going along. And so we are kind of putting together some video montages and updates with what's going on in town. And so I was working with Chris, and as he was filming and everything, we would talk back and forth before we would go and start rolling. And so we would talk about what the lines would be, like what I would say as we were talking about the area and what's kind of happening. And so we would get them all lined out and be like ready to go. And then he would be like, action. And I would just forget what I was supposed to say.
Yeah, yeah. It's funny because we sit here and we do this 3 days a week. You'd think that we would be used to being on camera and
Yeah.
stuff. And I wasn't that nervous. I mean, it's a little weird when you've got a bunch of people in there and
Right.
cameras on you and stuff. But yeah, it's funny how that happens. And I've seen that happen in the theater too. They get up on stage and I mean, if they slip a line or even though the audience doesn't realize it, it's like you're like, oh man, I screwed up, and then it can be a little bit of a train wreck for
Yeah.
a minute before they get back into it. So,
Yeah.
how many takes did you have to do? Did you have to do a bunch of takes?
No, it was pretty good. I mean, there was a couple of takes, but he would be like, all right, let's say, X, Y, and Z. And I'm like, all right. And then I would just start going in my own little way. And then I would just shake my head and walk like, all right, let's start over.
From the top.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, it is fun though.
See, I have thought that being in theater would be fun or like something like that.
Hmm.
We had kind of joked around about auditioning for a show or something. I just don't think I could do it. Because I'm like
Yeah.
you, when I get in the moment, then I just say the weird things, like stop right there. So
Uh,
yeah.
yeah, but some of that they're okay with because speaking as someone who had been on one movie, possibly, um, I do know that like some directors are, and Stevie was kind of, he was a lot more lax in the idea where I think he kind of he wanted you to get the lines right and everything, but he wanted you to do it in a natural way. You don't want to look like you're acting. You don't want to look like you're reciting lines that you've memorized. You want to do things as though that was what you would normally do in that situation, right?
Hmm.
And so that's why he didn't even yell cut whenever I screwed my line up or anything. He's just like, all right, that's good. Let's do it again. And then what was really cool too is we're running. So I was there for like 5 hours doing this thing for this one like small part. Um, but they had to reset the cameras in different positions because they're getting all the different angles. And it's neat when you get to watch this behind the scenes, you really become aware of like now the next time I watch a movie, I could look at it and be like, okay, that right there, you got how many people involved there in different angles. Like that's like 35 takes right there that they did to get that one like, 10-second piece of dialogue or something.
Yeah.
And so it's really cool to get to do it. And I gotta admit, I'm pretty excited I got to be in the movie with Jimmy Walker, JJ Dynamite Jimmy Walker. That was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
He's actually the guy that leads us in the movie, and got to interact with him for a little bit. And the guy that I was arresting has been in some pretty cool stuff. He's been in Big Bang Theory,
Hmm.
and he's been in The Office. And so I got to talk to him a little bit about that too. So that was fun.
That's awesome.
It was a lot of fun. Had a great time. Uh, I mean, that right there should be enough for anybody to go see the movie just to see me.
See if you make it.
Yeah, I'll be, I'll be watching. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know if he'll. I hope Stevie might say like, "Hey, listen, Micah, we had to cut that part out." I don't know how they would though, because it's a pretty. It's towards the end of the movie. It's like pivotal to the bad guy getting caught. So there were two other cops there besides me, so they might cut me out in favor of the other two, but that means they're going to do away with a lot of the camera angles they worked with. So I don't know. We'll see what happens.
We'll see.
Yeah. But if I'm not in it, you guys will think that I made the whole thing up.
No, I'll believe you.
Yeah. Do you think so?
I think you'll be there.
No.
It'll be great.
Okay. I hope so. That'd be cool. So that movie is still shooting. I think they're going to be continuing through the end of the month. And then they were doing it in pretty much sequential order. And we were towards the end of the movie for my part. So they should be about done. And then they're going to produce it and do all the editing and everything. And then I think the premiere is in December. And so we're working with some local folks to try and get a special premiere in Sapulpa. So if that happens, we will let you guys know for sure. Um, Speaking of acting, did you get your tickets yet?
No, I
You
haven't.
gonna?
I don't know. I haven't decided. I know I need to decide because the first night is already sold out.
Yeah, sure
That's
is.
crazy.
Yeah, opening night is sold out. We knew that was going to happen.
I know. It always does.
Yeah, seems like it does. This one I was a little worried about because we've got extra performances.
Hmm.
So for those of you who are like, hey, I'm busy like Saturday night, I can't do this thing. Well, we've got a matinee performance on Saturdays now at 2 p.m. And then of course there's a Sunday at 2 p.m. But there's Friday, and Saturday at 7:30. And then we added those extra performances on Saturday. So we've got two separate casts doing this show. So if you haven't seen it yet or haven't gotten your tickets yet, you're going to want to go get them because we are starting to sell out already. And yeah, like she said, it always happens the closer we get to the date. And then, of course, after that first weekend, that next weekend is going to sell out
Yeah.
real quick.
Every time.
Yep. Every time, especially for a show like this, because this is not a normal comedy. A lot of people are very interested in this show. A lot of people are interested in signing up to be in this show and auditioning for it. So I think it's going to be a fantastic show. So if you don't have your tickets yet, go get them. SapulpaTheater.org. Tickets are $15 for adults or $5 for students pre-K through 18. And yeah, go get your reservations in there while you can. So that's about it that we've got for today. Anything else you want to cover before we call it?
I don't have anything to add today.
Okay. Um, Still work going on in downtown right now. They're doing a lot of the gravel. I was actually kind of surprised to see them out there since it was raining, but I guess they're past that part of the project now because a lot of times they wouldn't be able to shoot in the rain because of they didn't want to compromise the integrity of the trenches and stuff they were digging. But they're done with all that.
Yeah.
All the pipe is laid, and they are laying gravel and concrete now, and it's getting real,
Hmm.
real.
Yeah. It's getting close.
Yeah, getting real excited, guys. You don't know anything about what's going to be happening this week? Are they doing more concrete this week or anything?
Mhm. There should be quite a bit more concrete. But I know with the rain that they may not be able to
I
pour.
was going to ask, like, would
So-
the rain interfere with that?
I don't know.
I guess we'll
can't-
find out.
Yeah. We do have an update meeting with them tomorrow morning. And so we will get to hear their plan for the week and see where we're at.
Okay, cool. Have you? I guess I should ask. Did you pick up any signs over the weekend for the beautiful Sapulpa?
I didn't.
So, okay, guys, just a heads up for you, okay? Because Lucy and I are both sitting on this committee now. We are making a concerted effort of the committee to pick up these signs that are being left in the right of way, especially if they've been there for a long time. If it's a garage sale that's obviously passed, or you're selling some kind of a roof or something like that, you know. And so we're trying to beautify the town ahead of the centennial to make sure that Sapulpa looks nice. And so we've got more that we're going to be doing. We've got a work day coming up that we're going to be doing. But for now, um, if you're running the garage sale or something, be sure to get your signs picked up because they might go missing after Monday. So, where's your district?
I actually didn't take a district.
Okay, you got a signed one though.
Oh, I haven't looked then.
With Jonathan, you and Jonathan have the same district.
Oh, okay.
I'll have to check and see where it is. I think it might be Taft to the Francoma Y to the school, or is that somebody else's? Maybe
I have no idea.
we'll find out. Mine is I said Taft, but I meant Mission.
Hmm.
Mission from the school to the Francoma Y. Mine is Taft from Mission to Maine, which is actually looking pretty good. So we drove it a couple of times and didn't see anything that I had to pull.
Nice.
But if you're out there and you got your signs and they're in the right of way for too long, we're gonna yank them. By golly.
Yep.
So be aware. Okay.
All right.
Anything else?
That's
No.
it.
All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in to the Time Loop Live. We will see you again on Wednesday, where we talk about all things happening in the town that we love. Have a great rainy Monday. See you again in a couple days, guys.
Bye.
Bye bye.